Okay, we're back into graphing linear equations, and this is part 2 where we're going to discuss graphing linear equations with other points just rather than a table of values. So Jared is currently sitting in class, and his distance from home right now is 4 miles. So no time has gone by. He's just sitting in class. He's 4 miles away. He gets on the bus and he goes home. Every mile is exactly 2 minutes. After how many minutes will Jared be home? Graph the coordinates given and attempt to write the equation based off their coordinates, okay? So here, 0 time has gone by and it's 4 minutes away. After 2 minutes, 3. After 4 minutes, 2. After 6 minutes, 1. So this is time, x, distance, y. Okay, and then after 8 minutes, he is home. Okay, so is it a linear relationship? Yes, it made a line. Okay, it made a line. The equation then is our rate of change for every 2 minutes. Okay, it goes 1 mile. So our equation, your change in y was down 1 and time was adding 2. So -1/2 x. Where did we begin? We began at 4. So this is an introduction to equations. So where do you begin? And then what is your rate of change or slope, which we discussed before. And so you go down 1 over 2. Down 1 over 2. Okay. So it says the beginning. Notice where we began. Notice where we begin is when x is 0. Okay. This is called the x-intercept. The line intercepts or crosses the y-axis. The ending, therefore, when we cross the x-axis, okay, it is called this is the y-intercept. I was reading the wrong line. It says, notice where we begin when x is 0. This is called the y-intercept. The line intercepts or crosses the y-axis. So therefore, when we cross the x-axis, this is the x-intercept. I was looking at the wrong sentence when I was writing it. Okay, and our y value is 0. So to find x-intercepts, y value is 0. To find y-intercepts, x is 0. Okay, so a graph only needs 2 coordinates to graph a line. We've been doing tables of values. All you need is 2 coordinates. You just need 2 coordinates to create a line. Our important coordinates, x and y intercepts, can be used to graph equations as well. So it says graph the following equation just using the x and y intercepts. So to find a y-intercept, we plug 0 in for x. And to find an x-intercept, we plug 0 in for y. So if this is my equation, which it is, it's in what's called standard form. Okay, we substitute in 0 for x to find y. And we like it in this form because look what happens. This goes away, and then we just have 4y equals 8 and y equals 2. And then to find our x-intercept, we put 0 in for y. And we like this because chop, 2x equals 8, therefore x equals 4. So our 2 coordinates are 0, 2 and 4, 0. And then we connect. That's all you need is 2 points. So we like x and y intercept. It says now here, find the x and y intercepts of each equation, then graph the line. So for all of these, you're going to do the same thing that I'm going to do here in number 1. Okay. To find an x-intercept, you plug 0 in for y. And to find a y-intercept, you plug 0 in for x. So I plug a 0 in for y, x equals 8. I plug 0 in for x, y equals 4. So x-intercept is where you cross the x-axis, boop. Y-intercept is where you cross the y-axis, boop. And connect the points. Okay. You're going to do the same thing for all 6. So I want you to pause and go ahead and try. To find the x-intercept, put 0 in for y. To find the y-intercept, plug 0 in for x. And if I'm going too fast, it's the beauty of a video. You can pause it, rewind it, ask for help. To find x, put 0 in for y. To find y, put 0 in for x. So this is going to be negative 5x equals 30, x equals negative 6. To find x, put 0 in for y. To find the value of y, put 0 in for x. When we put those zeros in, this will go away because it'll turn into a 0. And we get this. Divide by negative 6. It's going to be 9 over 6. Divide by 3 is 3 over 2. Same thing here. This is going to go away. We're going to get negative 3. So this and this. I'm going to connect those dots. And then here, to find x, I put 0 in for y. And then to find y, I put 0 in for x. So do your graphs look like my graphs? Do you have an error? Do I have an error? Hopefully, neither one of us does. Okay, so that's it for graphing. All right, here, we need to write these equations in standard form. So all these are linear equations, but we need them in the form ax plus by equals c. That is standard form. That's the form we've been working with. A is 2, b is negative 3, and c is 6. We have to make sure they're all real numbers, that a and b are not both 0, and a must be positive. So if this was like negative 2x minus 3x equals 6, no, that wouldn't work. Okay, that wouldn't work. This has to be positive. Okay, so here, you need x and y on the same side. It says, rearrange the following linear equations into standard form. So 10 needs to come over here. Once it does, we have negative 10x minus y plus 5. There's nothing here now equals 0. Now I need 5 over here, so we have 10x minus y equals negative 5. But we said 10 can't be negative in the front, so we divide everything by a negative 1. And that's your answer. This is now in standard form. This is a linear equation. This is a linear equation, but now it's in standard form. Same thing here. X is fine where it's at. I got to bring 3y over, so now it's negative 3y. And I got to bring 16 over, so now it's positive 16. If you're like, whoa, what happened? Well, what you do is subtract 3y from both sides. So then you have x minus 3y minus 16 equals 0. Then you add 16 to both sides. X minus 3y equals 16. That's how I got that. Okay. Last one, we're going to bring this to the other side. So it's negative 1/2 x plus y equals 3. Well, this can't be negative. So if I multiply everything by -1, that's set. We also need these to be not just real numbers, but whole numbers. It can't be a fraction. The opposite of 1 over 2 is 2 over 1. So this is going to be 2 over 2, which is 1x, 2 times negative x, which is negative 2y, and then negative 6. Now it's in standard form. I want you to try the next 3, pause the video, and then look at the answers. This was negative. I made it positive. That's positive. I make it negative. Make it negative. I multiply everything by 4, just like I did above, and you get x minus 4y equals negative 12. Gotta go.